Hello, hello, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if this is your first time here. But you need to stop mothering men. I know that all of you want this princess treatment, this queen treatment, or what I like to call it, baby treatment from your man. Or you want to attract men into your life who are willing and able to do that for you. And the number one surefire way to not do this and to completely attract dusty men, the ones that want to go 50-50, the ones that are just like not even financially or physically capable of spoiling you, is to mother men. And is to act like they are just not capable of meeting your standards. Now, this can look two different ways. So if you're trying to attract a masculine provider, high value man, and you want to experience the lifestyle of being spoiled and having princess treatment and being passenger princess and having that soft life, then you're going to have to show up as seeing these men as able to do that for you. If you have these assumptions about men that they can't meet your standards, that they're hard to find, that they, is really difficult to find men who are willing to do that, and you only get lucky, then you're going to have a lot more of a harder time finding that, and you're going to have a harder time actually being in your feminine energy to be able to receive the princess treatment to begin with. So on the other side of things, if you are already married in a relationship and you have a man already and you want to shift that relationship into having that feminine and masculine polarity where you are spoiled and you are provided for, then you're definitely going to have to stop mothering him. Because I guarantee you, if you are not seeing that already, you have likely put yourself into the position of nagging him, controlling him, at the very least not seeing him as a capable man to be able to fulfill the desires that you have for this soft princess life. And that's going to have to change. So, like I said, the number one way to make sure that you are not getting all of this princess treatment and allowing that soft life is to be telling men how to treat you. So basically acting like they're not doing it right, not rewarding the actual good behaviors that you want to see more of. And you're just nitpicking and criticizing and like sending paragraphs about, if you treat me this way, or you must treat me this way, like these are my standards. None of this really needs to be verbally communicated for the most part. And to get a man to treat you like a princess, it all starts off with you. Of course, we don't want to hear this, but it does start off with us. We have to be in this identity of course, men are obsessed with me. Of course, I get treated with all of my desires. Of course, my dates pay for me. Of course, I'm the type of woman that gets this sort of treatment. Of course, I deserve this. Of course, there are men out there, like every man would beg to give me this sort of treatment. And when we have those beliefs about ourselves, we naturally won't mother men to begin with. Because, first of all, we respect our time, especially as feminine women. As feminine women, we respect our time and our energy and our feminine energy so much more than using it to go and take on a part-time job of managing a man's life. We are not here to build men up and nag him into like applying for a job, or nag him into paying for a date, or nag him into buying us something. It's just, you don't want that. Like, let's be real. You just don't want that. And that's a lifestyle that you get to choose to either have or not have. Learning the psychology of masculine energy and men, and also how feminine energy works to manipulate, not in a negative way, but just to manipulate and change your reality through your energy and not through doing, will get you this soft life, will get you this princess treatment. So if you stop doing this, which you should, because these are grown-ass adult men, These are not children. These are not incapable human beings. We don't look at other women and assume that they're not capable of getting the life that they want. We don't look at other women and assume that they're incapable of finding a job or something like that. No. So you need to stop looking at men the same way. I see men as capable of providing, capable of making tons of money, capable of keeping me safe. That's the way I view it, and that's the way the masculine mirrors back to me. So start to look at your beliefs about this. Why do you mother men? How are you doing it? How can you stop? And then how can you show up differently? And this will change everything. So also, a man does not spoil a woman who continuously acts like he can't do anything right. If we're treating them like babies and like they just can't get anything right, they're, oh my God, you got the wrong flowers if he does get them, or oh my God, you didn't get them for me, or you need to do this, this, and this, laying out the rules, like just being this mothering figure that really doesn't actually feel good to step into. It's out of a place of scarcity, and like if I just showed up as myself, I probably truly wouldn't get what I want. That state of being is not going to get you spoiled. And also, I was in a psychology class where they basically compared humans to like animals here whenever you're relaying like the psychology of learning. So that's the reason I'm saying it this way. But whenever you are training an animal or having, the psychology of how a human learns something, they don't respond to punishment well. Like basically punishment is a reward to keep, it's like negative reinforcement to keep doing the thing that you actually don't want them to do. So if you want someone to continue to do something good for you, then you reward the positive behavior and you don't nag and control and continue to give attention to the negative one. That's not how it works. Right? Like that is how it works. You don't want to continue to negatively or positively or any sort of attention to the reinforcement on the behavior you don't want. So nagging, controlling, mothering, all that does is emasculate a man. That does not inspire him to change his behavior. That's not going to especially attract men who are actually in their masculine energy. They would be completely turned off by this. Like that would be a huge red flag. We have our red flags for, in men that we see. This would be a huge glaring red flag in a woman. They would see that as definitely a woman who's not embodied in her divine feminine energy. She needs some inner work here. It's a sign of trust and respect too, that you're not mothering this man and you don't see him as a freaking child. He's able, and when inspired to, completely able to spoil you and give you everything that you want. And that's what he wants to do. That's actually what men want to do. But when they don't feel able to and they don't feel seen into that version of themselves, and that they don't even have the opportunity to rise to your standards and surpass them because you keep lowering yours or you keep acting like he's just not going to meet them, then it's never going to happen because you're putting yourself in this cycle, in this loop of continuously seeing this behavior from men. Mothering is disrespectful to him and to your time. If you're in a situation where you genuinely feel like you have to mother a man, which is like never a thing, by the way. You never have to do this. But if you're just feeling like this guy would not do anything for you, if you did not mother him and ask and beg and all that, and that's probably still not working out for you, then that's not the person you need to be with. If you are already in a relationship and you take this behavior out of it and you start showing up as just the goddess that you are and expecting this and having the identity of, yeah, of course this gets to be real for me. Of course I get spoiled. Of course I get princess treatment. Like what the fuck else would I get? Watch how your reality and relationship shifts. It is so powerful and it requires no emasculating. If anything, like you are actually empowering his masculine energy. When a man is able to, and they mostly all are, right? But when a man actually rises to the occasion of meeting your standards, it empowers him and it empowers you. And you get to see how much more, can I get? Like, not in a manipulative way of trying to get it for him, but like, how much more can we experience together? He wants to experience being the man that gives you everything you want. A truly masculine man, and a capable man, and one that does not need to be mothered, really desires to experience a life where you're receiving everything that he wants to give to you. But if you don't have that receptiveness, which a big red flag of that, if you're like, I wonder if I am in this receptiveness, right? You always hear everyone talk about the receptiveness of feminine energy. How do you know if you're in it or not? If you're in the state of this triggered survival mothering state with men, you're not in your receptive energy. That's a big red flag for that, for yourself, just to alert yourself that like you're not in that. And there can be really no polarity created in that situation. So if you want this, right? Of course, who doesn't? But if you want this princess treatment, this queen treatment, and you want to empower men that you are going on dates with to be in that state of providing for you and spoiling you and allowing both of you to experience this polarity that benefits you both, then see them as able to do so. No more mothering. Make this promise to yourself today and watch how this shifts. Just even as you're walking in public, like at a store or anything, you will see that the energy that you are in whenever you stop mothering men and you stop feeling like you need to do so, men will show up for you differently. Even just in public, like they'll start opening doors for you. They'll just start being like, oh my God, like you're so beautiful, right? So if you're in the dating phase, for sure, do this and it's really, really powerful. But stop mothering men. They are grown-ass adults. They, first of all, do not need you to be mothering them. Like, it's extremely disrespectful. And the ones who do need it do not deserve to be around the feminine energy yet. They have not built themselves up to that point. And they definitely don't need to be wasting your time, your precious energy that you can be putting into yourself to level yourself up. So stop doing this. And I promise you, within a matter of a few hours, days, weeks, you will start to see major shifts in your relationship, in your reality, and with how men show up for you. So I'm so excited to see what this does for you. But if you love these videos, definitely let me know in the comments and go ahead and subscribe for more. I'm going to be talking so much more about feminine energy, dating, manifestation on a luxury level, and just a lot more with the dark feminine, especially this month. So I will see you in the next one, and have a good one.